Igor took shelter with his neighbors in Ploske, east of Kiev, while advancing Russian troops exchanged fire with Ukrainian forces in the street above.
On March 21st, when they entered the town, the Azov forces and Russians were exchanging heavy fire. I stayed in the shelter with my neighbors. When the explosions stopped, Sasha and his nephew wanted to leave because his wife and daughter were at home alone. First I told him not to go because it was dark and they could shoot. When they left and started walking across the yard, I heard gunfire.
Igor's home and those nearby suffered heavy damage during the fighting. His wife and daughters fled under fire before Russian troops arrived. He says 20 people were killed in his town of 2,000 people, including his friend Sasha, who he says was shot while trying to reach home. They walked down this path, and just down here where this destroyed tank is where Russian soldiers were positioned. They opened fire, killing Igor's neighbor, and Igor was forced to bury his neighbor here in the backyard. Yuri, Sasha's nephew, barely escaped the attack that killed his uncle.
I managed to hide behind the tree, thinking they would come and finish me. They started to talk, and I jumped over the fence to try to escape. But they started shooting at me again. The Russian wouldn't let you bury anyone. We couldn't bury my uncle until Ukrainian soldiers came back.
Russian soldiers occupied the town for nearly 2 weeks. Yuri says soldiers harassed locals.
There were 3 tough days after he was shot. I didn't eat or sleep. I only drank water. Then they came and put us up against the wall and started looting the house. They made me admit that my uncle was killed by shrapnel, but I know how he really died.
Yuri and his neighbors are still grieving. They say replacing what's lost is impossible. Obaida Hitto, TRT World, Ploske, Ukraine.